Assalamu alaikum students and welcome to the new lecture on 20th century fiction and prose. Today's lecture is based on a short story. Its name is A Haunted House and it is written by Virginia Woolf. First, the introduction of the author. Virginia Woolf is an English modernist and famous feminist writer, critic, and activist. Activist in a sense because she was the first lady who tried to participate in the movement of women rights actively, and for the first time in history of females writing as well as the activism, she played her vital role to convey the basic ideas related to the rights of women, their freedom, their education, and liberation from all traditional cruel rules related to the ladies while living in male dominated society or patriarchal society. She was a liberal writer, a liberal in a sense that she tried to abolish all the bad and cruel rules related to the females, especially their education, because women were not at all allowed to get education other than the basic or primary education, and they had to confine themselves to their homes. And being a liberal one, Virginia Woolf inculcated the idea of liberation so far as the rights of women were concerned. She was iconoclast that she tried to convey the awareness about the basic rights of women related to their tasks, their responsibilities, as well as their the facilities which they must have in their life. She was an intellectual one who provides chance to her readers to read the minds of the characters, and she depicts insight of her characters. Both these points are interrelated, as Virginia Woolf was not at all presenting the stories related to some fantasy and ideal relationships or ideal way of life. Rather, she was trying to convey the ideas of reality. Although it was bitter, but she ventured in the field of realism. Being a modernist, she tried to give the real and actual picture of life related to all the difficulties, predicament of women life. And all her stories are based on the clearer insight of the characters, and with the help of reading her stories, the readers are able to understand what is going on in the minds of the characters in that story. A Haunted House is a short story so far as its genre is concerned, and it was first published in 1921 and then in 1944 with the help of the collection of stories. And it was one of the best as well as major story so far as the collection of stories written by Virginia Woolf was concerned. This story, the idea of this story was first imagined by her husband, but afterwards he himself confessed that it was discussed by both the partners. So we can say that although the idea was first come into the mind of her husband, but afterwards, with the help of discussion, both the husband and wife were eagerly willing to publish this particular story. What is the story mainly about? A haunted house follows a living couple as they strive to understand why and how things in their home keep moving. A living couple are the two characters who are going to solve out their problem, as most of the time they found that different things in their home were keep moving from one place to another place. Number two part of the story is it also follows a ghost couple as they move about the home searching for things and rearranging items inside and outside the house. So you can understand very well by the nutshell that the story is basically presenting two different couple. One is living couple and the other is ghostly couple. Living couple is worried about the movement of the things at their own because they are unable to understand this riddle and solve this riddle. Whereas, on the other hand, Virginia Woolf has given us another ghostly couple who are responsible for searching things and rearranging items and moving one item from one place to another place. What is the meaning or basic idea of the story? A haunted house seems to be Wolf's attempt to convey the feeling of sensing something just on the edge of hearing or sight. Sometimes something you can't see head on, but which you sense in the house with you, just on the periphery of your vision. Meaning, she has given us the idea related to our visual mm, act as well as our visual power, that the haunted house is based on ghostly couple which is invisible to the common eye of human beings, but the living couple is all the time worried about the movement of things. So this gives us the idea that we must feel all these things, although we are not hearing anything or we are not watching anything, but we must feel that particular movement in the story. What are the major themes of the story? The one of the best theme of the story is love, which is related to the hidden treasure of life, which the ghostly couple is going to search while moving the items like furniture and other things of the home from one place to another place. And in the end of the story, we have got the idea that it was not a wealth or any other thing related to money or gold or coins. Rather, it was only the feeling of love which gives comfort and happiness to all the human beings in this life. Another part of the theme is related to comfort as well as happiness. Although these three are going to be triggered into one, and they are playing the role to strengthen another theme, because where there is love, there is always comfort, and one character always thinks about the comfort of the other character whom he cares about or whom he has any sort of loving feelings. And in the same way, one character or one person always tries his level best to provide happiness, the true happiness of human life, to the other character. So love, comfort and happiness are the major themes so far as the human life as well as one home is concerned, and these are the feelings, these are the passions which must be present in the life of living couple as well as the ghostly couple. Who are the main characters? There are three main characters in the story. First is the narrator. The narrator, who is given no name or gender, is one half of the living couple who now live in the haunted house. The narrator, we don't know whether he is a male person or a female, but he, without any name or gender, he is the narrator who is narrating the story to us. Number two character is the husband. He is also unnamed, and he is one of the two ghosts who figure in the story searching the house for the dead couple's treasure. Dead couple treasure, the ghostly couple treasure, whom they are talking about or they are thinking about. Third character is the wife. She is also unnamed, and she is all the time following the direction set by her husband. Uh, Apart from these three main characters, one of the major character, according to my critical opinion, is love. Because human beings are all the time in search of love, and that is the basic treasure of human life, that is the basic attraction of human life. So the story revolves around that basic treasure. So I'll give much attention to this character as compared to all these three characters mentioned on the surface of the story. What is the plot? A haunted house both is and is not a ghost story. It can be a ghost story and it cannot be a ghost story. It's up to the critical evaluation of any reader or any person. In the most literal sense, the story features a ghostly couple wandering the silent halls of a house searching for something. The narrator then goes on to describe her encounters with the couple, confiding to us that he could never seem to clearly see them. Fantasy and imagination are pivotal to create such a nice story. As I told you earlier, that narrator is not being described by the writer as a male or a female, so it's up to us. We can take the narrator as a female, or we can take him as a male person. So the plot is that two couples are introduced, and there is fantasy as well as imagination, which helping the readers to satisfy their suspense. Now, summary. A haunted house follows a living couple as they strive to understand why and how things in their home keep moving. It also follows a ghost couple as they move about the home searching for things and rearranging items inside and outside the house. The female ghost is searching for things upstairs and downstairs, and the male ghost follows her around and tries to quiet her so they don't make the living couple wake up. The male ghost relates quietly, or we shall wake them. So here we can get the image, we can get the hint that the male person is there to give directions to give guidelines to the female who is busy in searching for the things, for the particular treasure. The narrator of a haunted house is either living husband or wife, uh, but he is confused by what is happening in their house. Both husband and the wife are confused because they don't know how and why all these things are moving from one place to another place. So it was their idea that there must be some ghost who can do all these things. The story jumps back and forth between the emotional and haphazard wanderings of the ghosts, looking for a treasure, and the confusion of the living couple as they realize they have ghosts in their home. So it was their realization because they were unable to materialize their thoughts related to the movement of the things. While all this is happening, the beat of the house resonates with both couples saying, safe, safe, safe. The living couple was also trying to satisfy themselves by repeating this particular word, safe. In the same way, the ghostly couple was also saying or repeating these words, like husband was saying this thing to the female just to satisfy her in searching some particular treasure. The narrator wonders if the safety is the treasure that the ghosts are looking for when they say, oh, was that the buried treasure? The ghost couple continues to look for the treasure as they wander through the house, seeking their joy. The ghosts seek their hidden treasure, which eventually wakes the sleeping couple, and the house tells everyone that they are safe. The light in their hearts is the treasure both couples are trying to find. That light is particular the care, the love, the affection which one person must have for another person, for the matrimonial happiness, or for living in a house like a family. Now, the analysis. I mean, critical analysis of the story. The narrator of a haunted house wants to understand why things are moving about their house and why noises keep waking them up. It is not clear whether it is the husband or wife who is narrating the events as they unfold, but it is clear that they become aware that there are ghosts in the house. So, the first critical evaluation is that the living couple is able to understand that if they are not moving the things, they are keeping the things at their main place, but in the morning when they see that all these things are not at all at the same place, so they got the idea if they are not doing all these things, it means there must be some ghost in their home. The ghosts interrupt the storyline as they wander the house searching for a hidden treasure. The stream of consciousness style used to show the thoughts and emotions of the living people is parallel to the stream of consciousness style of the ghost as they run about the house looking for the treasure they have lost. The living couple is giving an idea about life to all of us, and with the help of stream of consciousness technique, which was the innovation of Virginia Woolf, being a modernist writer, and with the help of this technique she created the same feelings of the ghost at the same time. So at the same time we are going to have two different couples who are one is searching for the hidden treasure and the other is talking about the treasure, but they are only concerned with the movement of the things. Doors close, items move, and the wind continues to blow about outside the house. The house itself continues to say that the people are safe, which suggests that the house is alive with the people and ghosts inside. And the house pulses is just like beating heart. This is also one of the part of literary devices as the writer has used over here, and she has given us the idea that the living couple is a living one although, but the ghosts are also doing the things just like living couple, and we get the idea that the main home is just alive over here. The ghosts continue to search for what they can't find. They try to do it quietly so they don't upset the living couple. So they had to be very cautious, because if they make any sort of noise, the couple will wake up and their happening will be interrupted. Their action will be interrupted. No matter how quietly they move about the house and seek the joy that they have lost, they move things, and the living couple is aware that they have ghosts in the house. With the help of all this movement, with the help of this moving action which was going on in the house, the living couple got the idea that 100% true that they had ghosts in their house. The home continues its heartbeat of safety, so either neither couple is scared. The house is completely safe, so both the couples, ghostly couple, are also safe, and the living couple is also not at all scared about anything. The narrator realizes that even though they have ghosts, there is a safe feeling that suggests no harm will come to either the living or the dead. This is one of the best idea which Virginia Woolf presented related to the lives of the people who were living in UK, and that their homes were very much safe and protected ones. Although some dead ones, or the spirits or the souls of these dead ones, come to the homes, even then they were the living people were completely safe at all. The final realization that the light of the home, which is the loving feeling of the living couple and the ghost couple, is the joy and treasure that which has been lost, and now they are going to search in the same particular home. What is the main conflict in the story? As you know that every short story or novel is based on some conflict, and sometimes the writer resolve this conflict, and sometimes the writer leave that particular conflict for the solution in the minds of the readers, that she or he gives that particular idea to the readers and suggests them to resolve that particular conflict. So the conflict of this story is the quest for the buried treasure, later revealed to be love. First, we don't know what that buried treasure is, and with the help of suspense and what coming next, the technique or the trick, you always try to get the idea that that must be some wealth, uh, coins or gold or any other metal. But afterwards the conflict resolved, and it was revealed that it was only the feelings of love or compassion. This quest is told in a stream of consciousness format that creates an overwhelming sense of ambiguity when it comes to the dialogue and the timeline of the story, which enthralls the reader in the quest. Reader was very much busy with the help of ghostly couple in that particular quest of the buried treasure, and suspense plays stronger role so far this treasure is concerned. So, for the critical analysis, we are always here to find out all types of literary devices which the writer has used over here. And being the critical readers, we have to dig all those devices out. The first device is personification. The house brims with action as Virginia Woolf uses the techniques of personification. along with the technique of stream of consciousness. The wood pigeons bubbling with content, and then hum of the threshing machine from the farm. Whatever hour you woke, there was a door shutting. Here we left our treasure, stooping their light lift the lids upon my eyes. All these are sentences which are used over here, are selected over here. These are based on some personification, because all these things are not at all having the personalities like human beings. So the writer has given the feelings, emotions, as well as the sense of touch, and like human beings, like living beings. And now, symbolism. From the beginning, it is clear that whatever the ghosts are searching for is somewhere in or associated with the domestic space of the house. It's upstairs and in the garden, indicating the symbolic significance of the house as a place that protects and safeguards important things like the treasure. Meaning, the house is completely symbolic. Whenever the writer is talking about upstairs or garden, it means that there is something hidden treasure which is buried over in the house, but they don't know where it is placed. House is a symbol of love, affection, sympathy, and attachment, as well as protection. But on a greater extent, it is really a place to keep treasures safe. Treasures are based on the feelings of human beings, the dignities of human beings, and the responsibilities and tasks of human beings, as well as their passions, care. As well as the duties which the human beings feel while living together in a family, from one person to another person. All these things are presented symbolically with the help of the great symbol of the home. This is all about the story A Haunted House. Thank you very much for being with me.